You are welcome to today's live stream. If this is your first time of joining this live stream, please do well to support the live power tap. Kati, you're welcome. And guys, we have an announcement today. So if you are keen to getting the full gist of the announcement, please stay behind. The team have been working tirelessly behind the scene to see that this is not just another shout or campaign. So we are here. We mount solidly and not barging down anytime soon. So pretty much, if you are just joining, you are welcome to this live stream. And I want to also mention that the team has been working, back and forth with regards to some of the details we have gotten, some of the information we have gotten with regards to, you know, a business in Australia called Rosie Consult. And we do this live stream on a regular basis. This is day 11 of this, campaign. And this campaign is not stopping any soon until we have you know until we have answers to some of the questions that we have been asking. And I want to also mention that today we definitely have like a presentation that will be given back to the community. And this presentation is all about, okay, where did all this start from? Where are we? And what are we, aspiring of getting from this? So that presentation, you all will be seeing that. And again, we have data. And because we have data, we'll be presenting this data today. So don't we just don't talk on this live stream. We will talk and give you some of the facts. And these facts are based on real victims kind of data that have been shared. And we've gotten their permission to share that as well. And when immigration comes and contact us, we are able to give them that data. We are able to give them because basically we have gotten our details with immigration already and hoping that they will just call and we'll be able to give them. However, we need to understand immigration scams generally, perspective and different perspective of what people can say about immigration might be different. Thank you very much, Kati. So the immigration scam awareness is everybody's aim if you need to migrate or japa. As a matter of fact, when it pertains to New Zealand and Australia, you should be aware of the immigration scam. And this live stream also, while we're dealing with Rosie as a case study, we'll also be using this platform to sensitize people so that they don't fall a victim in the future. So we just putting the two at the same time, working with those two, because every year from my research that I did, thousands of people around the world dream of moving to countries like Australia and New Zealand for better opportunities. However, some even hope to work, others want to study, some people want to reunite with their family, some people want to build a future or a new future wherever they are going into. I've gotten a lot of people like that. Unfortunately, these dreams also attract dishonest individuals who exploit people's hopes, urgency, and lack of clarity or familiarity with immigration systems. And I have seen over time that New Zealand tops one of the current countries that people scam victims. And why is that? From my research, I was able to see and portray that it's because there is nothing we call like biometrics when it comes to New Zealand. So people can come to New Zealand, all they need is maybe do their medicals and everything. So the agents or scam agent, they ride on this. So they ride on the fact that people are novice, people are not too familiar with how things works. And that is why this platform is there to help people get familiar with immigration systems of whatever country, to direct people to the platform, and not that we are immigration experts. We just direct you to the platform where you can get information, the right information, and not rely on someone that is here at the top that does not even have immigration experience based on what people have said. So, and again, an immigration scam is not simply about losing money. So let us be clear. Immigration scam again is not really about losing money. In fact, immigration scam can also lead to visa refusals, can lead to financial hardship. Do you know how many people are currently in financial distress? All because one agent somewhere scammed them of their hard-earned money. And this is what we are fighting here on this platform, that this agent or scam agent should not go scot-free. Whatever thing we need to do, we bring them to book and also prevent others from falling a victim of these scam agents. So, immigration scam is not simply about losing money. It's just that people only capitalize on the monetary perspective of immigration scams. Immigration scam can affect your mental state. Immigration scam can affect your life in a way that you don't even think about it. Thank you very much, Socrates. Immigration scam can make you leave or forfeit your job. You forfeit your job with the hope that you are migrating. In fact, immigration scam can make you live in denial. We had somebody on this platform that they collected about they wanted to collect about 8.5 million naira for business visitor visa to come to New Zealand. Business visitor visa for New Zealand, and everything was cooked up. It was all fake visa that they prepared for him for 6 months. Fortunately for him, when he was supposed to pay 8.5 million, after he had paid about 300k or something, a little amount of money, the 8.5 million, he saw this platform and he was asking questions. We're able to answer him and say, guy, this is, in fact, it was on the live stream there. He gave consent for us to help call Immigration New Zealand. We called Immigration New Zealand. He was able to, we spoke. He still did not believe that Immigration New Zealand was saying the truth. He had to travel all the way from the east, is it Calabar or something, back to Lagos, because the agent told him that just go. So he felt like we spend a lot of time. Miles is what I'm talking about. Everyone on this platform that have been on this platform for long will know miles. So, and that is immigration scam. So immigration scam is not simply about losing money. In fact, it can even make you lose your sanity, because for us, Miles has lost it. In his mind, he is in New Zealand. All what we were saying to convince this guy was just entering into a deaf ear, because somebody has promised him and he has prepared in his mind that, in fact, in his dream, he is already in New Zealand. That is what immigration scam can do to you. He has not lost 8.5 million, because we were wondering later that why this happening, but because his mentality is programmed. In fact, if they asked him to give 20 million, they were telling him, if you get to New Zealand, if you do not pay 8 million now, you will pay 20 million. He said yes. That is what immigration scam can do to you. But little do we explain, do we talk about the psychological effect of immigration scam. Rosie here, people have come on this live stream to cry, to cry on the platform. That is the scam. That is the psychological effect of scam. Immigration scam can lead to visa refusals, financial hardships, emotional distress. You just find yourself depressed, depression. If visa refusal alone can make people depressed, let alone immigration scams. When you see people, thank you very much for those supporting the lives. When you see people where they get visa refusal, the same way people rejoice when their visa is being approved, that is the same way they get saddened when their visa is declined. And our auntie Rose has make it a point of duty to be scamming people, to be giving people, false hope. Immigration scam can also be with regards to identity theft. Nobody is talking about it. Identity theft is people collecting your details. Because I want to believe, where are the passports, the NIM, the Ghana card of everybody that has been reaching out to Rosie? Where are they going to? WhatsApp everywhere. Identity theft can be there. Immigration scams can also lead to loss of future migration opportunities. Imagine somebody had, used false information in submitting your application. It can lead to that. People don't know. We have gotten people on this platform that say they got 10-year ban. 10 years ban because one agent somewhere submitted used a fake, you know, document for them. It is scam, immigration scam. Let's call it what it is. Anyone we chat with her on WhatsApp must surely know our ways are not pure. My brother, Damak, not everyone, not anyone knows that ways are not sure. It is now that people are being sensitized. And that is why on this platform, we have made it our point of duty that if anyone is scammed in July, from July upward, that person deserves to be scammed. Because with all this scam going up and down, if people are not still aware of Rosie's Consult dealings, no, the person must be living in 1930s era to have shown their eyes, their ears to what is going on in the world. Because we are all on this TikTok. TikTok is where she gets her, clients. Immigration scams can even damage trust in legitimate migration professionals. If you have been scammed once, when you see legit people, you will be afraid. When you see legit people, you will be afraid. In fact, anyone that comes your way. So immigration scam just let you have trust issues. And that is what she's doing. So this live stream is day 1 to day 11. And I want to tell you that this is day 11. Day 11. Let me just put it there. So this is day 11. And we are there. So this live stream is actually designed to help people understand how immigration scams, commonly work. While we are talking about Rosie as a case study, we should be able to speak about, the educational perspective of this, how it works, how you can verify the information independently. You can even verify information by yourself online, and where to seek for reliable, guidance. If you are looking at New Zealand, there is a platform where you can seek reliable information. If you are looking at Australia, they have a platform, Home Affairs. You can go there. If it is New Zealand, immigration.govt.nz, you can get all this there. So it does not determine whether any particular person, yeah, we are combining everyone, all migration scam agents on this platform. Please beware. We will be coming from you for you. Rosie is just at the peak, is just at the forefront today. It can be you tomorrow. So we have to be very careful. And immigration scams should be reported. Anytime you see, just report it. They have platform. You can report through appropriate authorities. You can who appropriate authorities who are responsible for investigating and making findings about immigration scams. We will catch scammer. We will catch them. We catch them like the stake, right? Our job is to catch scammers. I think that is our current job from this July, catching scammers. And this person saying this woman always made me pay 1,200 US dollars. So if we are by the end of this live stream, when I keep asking people, please, what did you gain? What did you learn from this live stream? You should be able to understand why scams, immigration scam exist, because we should talk about it. And also know why some people become victims. I think we have talked about it before now, why people become victim. Desperation here and there, right? And there are some common techniques that immigration scammers that they use. If you use Rosie as a case study, one of the biggest techniques you use is just prey on vulnerable people. Prey on the fact that people lack some information. Prey on the fact that people are desperate, right? And all these are some of the things that you should be able to learn on the platform. Like I said, immigration scam does not necessarily, you know, based on financial loss. There are more to immigration scams, and that is why we are very keen at getting to the root of this matter. Immigration scam generally will involve someone misleading another person about immigration services, and there is a reason why they mislead. The major reason why they mislead people is for financial gain or another benefit. We all see we all see what happened yesterday with Kay and Rosie. It might not be financial gain for Rosie with regards to Kay, but there might be another benefit, something that she can get from Kay, hoping that she can get something else from Kay. Guys, let's keep supporting the live. Let's keep tapping. Right. So, and some of the immigration scam that we could have will be it claiming they will claim that they can guarantee you a visa outcome. If anyone claim to guarantee you visa outcome, is a scam. And we have seen from Rosie, she said she got some successful visa approval and she will get another one tomorrow. When people listen to that, it doesn't sound normal. How can someone applying for visa knows the time their visa will be approved? It doesn't make sense. So some of the immigration scam can also be they can pretend to have special influence over immigration authorities. Who is at the top of this? Auntie Rosie. She can just tell you, I'm in talks with Papua New Guinea government to bring in 320 people to New Zealand and Australia. And I'm like, hey, Auntie, we are in talks with Papua New Guinea, a whole government. And some of the immigration, scams that are out there can be advertising jobs that do not exist. Is this true? It is. For auntie, any job she gets, any job, she just has it. And she's not the only one doing it. We have people that are also going up and down, putting it on TikTok that they have job. We are coming for some people that are in Dubai that are also talking about New Zealand. New Zealand visa, we come for them. They will tell us where they are getting all these, their fake, visa information and racketeering. Immigration scam. Immigration scam. It can even be misrepresentation, misrepresenting, the type of visa being applied for. That is immigration scam. You misrepresent people. Somebody say, okay, they want to come in for work visa. You say, yeah, 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 I'll get work for you. But then after they make payment, you tell them, oh, I will get you visitor visa for you to go in. And when you get in, we will then, get you a work visa. That is immigration scam. Immigration scam can also be, charging for services that are not provided. Auntie Rosie is chief here. Charging for services that are not provided. That is immigration scam. That is immigration scam. I can remember some of these legit immigration licensed immigration company in New Zealand. They can even give you free consultation, 1 hour. You just have them, you speak with them, they blah 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 blah, and then they just tell you, okay, this is possible. In fact, they are even happy to tell you that, oh, your visa will be declined. Don't bother to apply, or don't bother to give us money. I have had relationship and I have conversation with them one-on-one. Brought somebody and then we had conversation and they say, no, this visa will not be approved, so don't worry. So they will not collect your money. And do you know the reason why they don't do that? Because their integrity must be intact. Not Auntie Rosie. She is celebrating failure. The only person in the world that can do that, Auntie Rosie. Celebrating failure. Yeah, we have five visa decline. 5 visa decline from everybody that I've seen here. 5. And you go there and say it's just 5 decline for New Zealand, 5 decline, and maybe 1 for Australia. No, no, ma. No, ma. Say the truth. Can't be lying. And we are seeing as it keeps unfolding since wherever she has started. There is no visa, there is no one success rate. And on their platform, they are misleading us to say they have 98% success rate. I'm going to be underlining that anywhere, any day, they can come. Where they got 98% success rate, they have to explain to us. Misleading information that will lead people to come and pay them, it is scam. If you do not have data, say you do not have data. But if you give us false information and that false information is on the platform, on your platform, Rosie, if you are here, better go and pull that 98% success rate. Put it down. Put it down. What you can say maybe is 2% success rate, or maybe it's a typographical error. 2% success rate, 98% failure rate. If you do that, maybe we will agree and say maybe the 2%, we don't know where they are. In fact, 100% failure rate is what we can see. Very, very somehow person charging for services that they did not provide, providing false or misleading immigration advice. That is another immigration scam. And is she doing this? Is what the question we are asking. Or what I've mentioned, immigration scam, is she doing it? Did she claim to guarantee a visa outcome? Did she pretend to have special influence on immigration, authorities? She talks like she is immigration herself, not anything. She is she can bring you, when she just flip her finger like this, she can bring you in. And that is where we have concern. Nobody should be able to do that. So whether conduct amounts to maybe to fraud or another legal offense, that depends on the fact that we have, right? We have those facts. We have findings, and we will leave it to relevant, authorities to pick it up from there. But we are happy to support any authorities to give them evidences that we have gathered so far, and we will be presenting some of these evidences today. Not the evidence. We will be giving you some, presentation that we have pulled together, that the team has pulled together in a bid to sensitize people that if you have been scammed, if you feel that you have been scammed from all what I've mentioned, if Rosie has done them, and you feel like, okay, you want to come on board, there is a form that we fill to get, what really happened. And if people say we are jobless, this is job on its own. We are volunteering. Not every job comes with salary. We are volunteering, and we know our reward will be given on this earth by God, right? And again, let's even look at it from this perspective. Why immigration scams exist? Why do we think that immigration scam exists? Because migration is a multi-billion dollar global industry. If you don't know, it's really massive what they do in migration, because millions of people every year seek to relocate, and their relocation is on different perspective. They can relocate for maybe probably better salaries, better education, for safety purposes. They can relocate because of family opportunities. They can relocate because of permanent residence. They can even relocate because of citizenship. People can even relocate because of improved quality of life from where they were coming from. Life is all about comparison. Anything you do in life, you can compare, right? Compare this year versus last year. Compare your previous to current, kind of life. You compare things. You can't go in life without comparison. So they compare. So they just look at, okay, where there is high demand. And again, the problem is where there is high demand, there is also potential for exploitation. And that is because Australia, New Zealand happen to have like high demands currently, high demands of migrants. And I'm believing maybe because of some, policies changes here and there in the UK and maybe US and Canada, people complaining is a bit come out tight, and then people now feel, okay, yeah, I can come to New Zealand, I can come to Australia, and that is where this woman is riding on. That is where she's riding on. People are coming, flocks of people. I want to me, ma, help me, help me, help me. So scammers understand that many applicants do not know immigration laws. And they also understand that, hey, applicants have never applied for a visa before, or even if they have applied for visa before, they might have not applied for the visa of the country that they are coming into, right? And they also understand the applicant may not understand, the perspective of the kind of speaking, which is what Rosie uses. We understand English, right? But when somebody speaks very fast and blah 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 blah, and the person of we start looking at some color or something, some black, we just look at it, and we have evidence here. Somebody came on the live stream and said, okay, yeah, that she believed Rosie because she saw that white person cannot scam him, and I'm like, it is not about color. Scam is in the blood of the scammer. Scam or scamming is in the blood of the scammer, not by color. We have very legit people, very legit Italians, right? But Rosie just choose to be a scam herself, giving false information here and there. right? So all these are some of the things that we look at. And when you look at it, you tend to be wondering that why has she been operating for so long? Is it that people are not coming up to talk about it? And many scammers, they believe that they believe that many applicants are under financial kind of or pressure or family pressure, that okay, they just need to leave and they need to run away from wherever they are. So irrespective of whatever it is, we know that scammer prey on things, and immigration scam will continue. But what we do on this live stream is to find a way to reduce it drastically, to reduce it drastically. And if I want to look at why people become victims, in fact, as a matter of fact, many victims are intelligent. Newsflash. Some people are very wise, but they will question themselves later to why did I fall? Thank you so much. Why did I fall a victim to this kind of thing? As intelligent as I am. We had that discussion here. Not everyone that have been scammed are fools. In fact, a lot of them are victims. They are victims because they felt somebody knows better. So it is not their fault. It is the person that scammed them. It's fault. Right. And if you look at it from that level, you will know that some of these people are hardworking people. So scam often succeed because they exploit normal human emotions. It's just the emotions rather than the lack of intelligence. They just yeah, yeah, yeah. In fact, he just puts all these emotions together. When you see her laughing, joking on live stream, you will think, okay, this is a very legit person. It is just emotional. So why people become victims is because of hope. If you see some people, it is about hope. The desire for a better, future can make people, more willing to trust someone who appears knowledgeable. She appears knowledgeable only when you tend to listen to her very well. You start seeing some loopholes in whatever she's saying. Because if someone can say thousands of things that on the fly and able to put it very fast, and how people will just look at it and say, yeah. So it's just she appears knowledgeable, whereas only people like some of us that are here, we know that this is not possible. This is not. It took us, lot of times on our live stream to listen to what she's saying. I'm like, only you, Papa New Guinea government, you are bringing 300 people. You are the time she came to this live stream trying to scout for victims. We were here, we knew that Mama, you are a scammer, telling us you have 175 people to bring to New Zealand and blah blah blah. Doesn't make sense. We know. And she blocked us. She blocked us, which is fine. We cannot be associated with someone that would want to scam her people, Africans. No. Right? And again, scammers, why people become victims. One of the things the reason why they become victims is urgency. And Rosie uses that urgency. They have to do it very fast, very fast, very fast, very fast. The employer needs workers very fast. This very fast. I've seen some of the evidence. Urgency. She ride upon urgency. Do it as soon as possible. Do blah 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 blah. Anything that is like that. This opportunity closes tomorrow. A lot of people uses that. Maybe not only Rosie, right? They just put pressure on people into making quick decisions. And when you make quick decisions, you are making very, very bad decisions. And one of the reasons why people also fall a victim, why people become victim is because of fear. In fact, some people may even worry that asking too many questions will cause them to lose the opportunity. They will believe that. Any day you wise up and you start asking Rose or Rosie too many questions, you will be blocked. So your best bet is to continue to be afraid and live in fear and just leave her so that you are not blocked. And you ask yourself the question, why is that? People become victims because of trust. You just trust everybody. Just trust people blindly. Because this one is black, because this one is black, because this one talks more, because this one writes more. There is another person on Facebook. He doesn't talk, he writes. He writes. Somebody say, that guy can write. Oh, he write, just write. And because of that writing, people trust them. Believe that, okay, these people, they know what they are doing. Some people, is website, a professional looking website is what they trust, like Rosie website or the content in the website. The fact that the website add good content does not make it right or legit. So we should also, have that there. Social media testimonials, some people believe in Rosie cannot bring anybody and tell me that the person is got job this and we will not double check, but we have to. Right. So pretty much, and I want us to support the live stream. Let's power tap. Let's get the live stream to 20K, and then we will start bringing people up. We'll start bringing people up. Before that, we have like an announcement. We have a presentation to make today, and I want us to stay behind, and you will be amazed the work that this team has done. So if you have anyone that you think they should join this live stream, please kindly share to them, because we continue this and the document is work in progress. It's just the first draft. We will share today. We will share how far the journey so far, day 1 to day 11, what we have discovered, what we have seen, the statistics. The statistics, you guys will see the statistics. So we're just waiting that this live stream will be able to have like more people that will listen to that, because we are coming up with that. I don't know, Smalls, if you are ready, but then I'm hoping that we can take the live stream to maybe about more views, so that we can bring Smalls in to present the document that has been put together. And by the way, guys, we have set up like a team, and the team have also been able to pull up some database, structured database, in order to get this data ready to present to authorities when they ask. So in the meantime, we have been getting that data. The data is secured. However, we've gotten buy-in from these people to also, try to do some, we're doing some presentation. And if you think that you also want to, your voice to be heard, you can come on board, fill the form. Esther, greetings. You can come on board, fill that form, impute the necessary information there. We will present it. That data comes out. In fact, if it's happened to have like a dashboard, we can prepare a dashboard for it, and that is what it is. So since we are in that tech data space, we will do it. Kiora, Esther, Morena, no, not Morena, Gami, Nami. Is it Nami or Gami? Nami, yeah. I'm learning Maori. Sorry, Pomarie. Yeah, Pomarie. I will definitely Nami. Is it Nami or Gami? But Pomarie. Yeah. So pretty much we definitely we are getting there. So I will just employ us not to be tired. And for those that have come up, we want to appreciate them. Nana, Kay, Mary, yeah, that have come up. And the one they call goats. I don't know. Is it Benny Goats? I don't know what people call that man. So are we thanking him? I don't know. But then he is even KK. We thank her. Yeah. So KK bringing K. Yeah, we appreciate everyone that is coming on board, and we should not be tired. It is a movement, and then we are hoping that something good comes soon. So, Smalls, I don't know if you are ready. Every Rosie Spy and her companies, I don't know. I think there is heaven that judge. Those heaven will judge them. And it's not going to be a long time. Very soon, rapid judgment will come on them. That's just what I can say. Because I don't know why people will still, at this point, still be supporting Rosie. So, so Smalls, if you're ready, we can have it. We can always interject intermittently if people are not here currently, and we see that okay, yeah, we have more views, we can always still come in and then say explain it more. Yes, Moss.
Oh,
I will
hi,
make it
Bams.
big. I'll make it big, right? So let me choose a kind of box.
The is it the eight or
Yeah,
nine box? Yeah.
I will choose this one and then make you come into the big box. I think this should be nice.
Yeah, yeah, looks good. I can bring a couple of people up. Let me see. Where's Fearless? Fearless, I hope you're in the office. We've resumed work today.
Kumarie Esther.
What I'm here.
Kristen, all the employees
Body,
are here.
body language is
Yeah, yeah.
all the employees are here. Wait.
This job.
Someone comes up, you just drop me, okay? I want to tap and listen.
Mm.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Hi everyone. How's it going?
very well. Kumarie EQ.
I you don't cast.
Does it look good, Bams? Or try the other layout. It looks
Which
like
one?
there's one that this box will be smaller, then all of us will be on the right side, but two
Oh,
layers.
okay, 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 okay. I think I will check that one. What? How do I? Let me see.
There's
There
one
is
with
that.
five on each side. There's one with five on each side.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm coming. Let me see.
The
I
one?
think I think it's this one.
Yeah, try that one. Smalls.
Oh no, not this one. This one still has the chat. Uh,
Okay, that one doesn't have chat.
Let me see if I can find it.
There's one and it's got a box in the middle of these boxes.
Is it this one?
No, no, not this one.
Okay, I'm coming. Ah, one, two. It's not this one. And it's not this one. Can't
Aha,
be
is
this
this
one.
one? Then just make me big.
Oh, this one? Okay. Big. How do you go big from here now? Like
Aha,
this?
yes, yes.
Okay.
So it's very clean from the charts.
Mm.
Let me just do a test run of the slides and see, make sure the. Okay, yep, looks good.
Guys, let's keep supporting the live. Let's keep power tapping and sharing. So this is the presentation I talk about. And if you need pen and paper, please, you might have to go get it so that you can put some, information down, because you'll be having some statistics and some, data related kind of content being shared by Smalls. And at any point, if you think you want to ask question or ask most question or the team question, you can just, raise your hand or just type in the comment section and we'll be able to quickly, answer that question. In as much as it's not question that will give Rosie more answers to go and cover her house. Smalls, you have the floor.
Oh, I thought you wanted to wait a while. I can go ahead.
Yeah, Fearless, I think we can
Uh,
proceed, right?
is it Rosie Consulting? So she doesn't say it's not her company. I don't know. I didn't take a look at this during the meeting, but it's all good. We can work on it later.
Oh, okay, okay.
Everybody knows that Rosie Consulting, Rosie Consult is the same thing. Smalls just keep mention it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we have the numbers for the presentation. I think it's all good.
Yeah.
And you're going to put it up on your page, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thanks, Bams. All right. So I'm Smalls. So we decided to put together this presentation. Given the constant requests from participants on the live asking about proof or evidence so far that we've collated. We also wanted to also do a bit of justice to the victims that have come forward thus far. And we also recognize the growing number of stakeholder, what I will call stakeholders for the sake of this presentation. So stakeholders across not just New Zealand, but we are also seeing numbers spike in Australia as well. I think on day 10 of this expose, the stakeholders, grew tremendously, and we began to see patterns of former connections and former links to this individual and entity called Rosie and Rosie Consult or Rosie Consulting in Australia. So again, we wanted to use this opportunity. I would like to start off by acknowledging the victims. Without the victims that have come forward so far, we would not be able to put this presentation together. And I also wanted to thank the host, BAMS, for launching this initiative to crack down on visa racketeering and fake visa agents. And also the other members of the team, Fearless, who has been working tirelessly. Also to those in the background who has been working the likes of EQ. Thanks a lot for all the efforts. There's a page called Rosie is a Scammer. I want to also acknowledge you as well for all the work you've been doing. And I also want to acknowledge all the Ghanaians, Senate, who's the other guy, Chris, and every other Ghanaian who has been working tirelessly to in the background. I also wanted to acknowledge our subject matter experts. We call them subject matter experts, like Kristen. We always fall back on him for anything that has to do with internet security, banking transactions. Then we also saw stakeholders on day 10 yesterday who have access to the legal team in Australia. So again, thanks for that. So today I've covered a bit. So today we're just going to be uncovering what we termed or titled an update on Rosie Consulting Visa Racketeering Web. So we just wanted to give you an overview of what we know so far. Who is this entity? How does she operate? Then we'll delve into the data. We look at the percentages, what has been promised to victims, what were the eventual outcomes. Then we'll also give you an idea of what sort of data we need or information we need to sort of continue to pursue stopping this group of individual and her cronies. So this presentation will be fact-based. I know we do mention a lot of informal jabs during our chats on the live, but this is purely fact-based, purely factual. I would try to stay clear of any sort of personal jabs or other information. Hopefully I can. I have a tendency to derail, but forgive me ahead.
All right.
So
Smalls, very quick one. Thank you very much for that. So, because we have, I will just ask this question. We have someone that is willing to come in now. So that is willing to come in now. Let me borrow Christian's box there.
Bam,
So,
just use mine. Oh, okay, fine.
You can use my box.
I'll use Christian boss there. So she is a victim and she's currently going to church, preparing to go to church. She's the nurse from Ghana. So let's hear her story and then we'll then come back to this update. I don't know if that is fine.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Hi Hattie.
Hello.
So
Good
Hattie,
morning.
good evening from here. You are on this live stream, and then I know you've been here before, and it's been back and forth. And I remember, and I was told that you're about to go to church, so we will just allow you, tell your story, make it detailed, coherent, and in chronology. How you met Rosie, where you met Rosie, what was the dealing, what was the promise, what was eventual, thing that was done. What did she promise you a visa? What kind of visa is it? So just give us like a detail, because this live stream is recorded. It will be like serve as an evidence, and then we'll be able to create that awareness to people. So we are not promising refund on this platform, but at least we're able to bring to the authorities whatever she's doing. So I will leave the floor to you. Give us the full details, and people can maybe probably one way or the other ask you one or two questions. Then we'll get back to our update. Thank you very much.
All right, boss. Thank you too. So, I'm actually preparing to go to church, so I think I'll be very concise about it. And honestly, I just because I stopped dealing with her, I've forgotten quite a number of things. But then, what I remember, I'll say it. So, a friend told us about her, and that she just met her online on TikTok doing this live. So, my husband's friend told us about her, introduced us actually, and then we also contacted her. We contacted her for just myself to move to either New Zealand or Australia. So we booked a call with her actually, and we paid. my husband had to pay an amount of money. My husband made a payment for the money. I'm not really sure of how much he paid. So we booked, but for the booking, we had to pay before we spoke to her. We paid. We booked for the booking. You pay before you speak to her. So my husband booked and she called at the exact time. So my husband spoke to her that he wants me to move to either New Zealand or Australia to work. So we spoke to her and she was like, she can get us a visitor's visa to New Zealand within a month or two. I think we spoke to her in June last year and she promised that by August we will be there. So if we really want to come, then we have to make things really quick and very fast so that by August I'll be in New Zealand. So I actually took my leave from work. Thanks be to God, I didn't resign. If I resigned, then now I'll be jobless. So I took my leave because I knew my leave is 36 working days. So I knew by the time my leave will elapse, I'll be in New Zealand. So I would have no cause to worry. So I took my leave and then we started the process. We had to pay an amount. My husband made a payment, as I said earlier on. So I'm not so sure, but I know it's over 10,000 Ghana cedis here. 10,000 Ghana cedis. We made that deposit to her and she sent some documents we are supposed to send to her. We sent all the documents. So you'll be calling her and she will not be responding. You'll be sending her messages. After the payment, she actually changed. You would send a message and it will take like 3-4 days. She wouldn't respond and she'll come and tell you she's busy, she's that. And eventually the document she sent a particular document for us to sign. So when I got the document, I went through the document and I realized it was an Australian document. It wasn't New Zealand, and I was moving to New Zealand. But then the document she sent for me to sign was Australian document. So I had to contact her and ask her that no, I'm not getting some things clear. You said we'll be moving in August, and August was we were almost at the end of August. I had to do my police clearance, do my insurance and all that. And I mean, we are done with August. We are not seeing anything. Once a while, she'll go and bring some document for you to sign. And this document she brought was an Australian document. So I had to contact her and she was like, that is it. She was just giving stories that didn't add up for me. So I was like, no, I began getting suspicious. I wasn't feeling okay about the whole thing because August was ending. We weren't seeing anything. You will send her a message, she won't respond. So I think when you begin the process, she puts us into groups. One time we had a Zoom meeting and then she would tell you never to contact anybody. If you have anything, you should contact her directly. Don't pick anybody's email, don't pick anybody's number to talk to the person. If you do that, it's a breach of contract and that she would do whatever. She wouldn't be okay with that. Yes, but I wasn't okay. So the first time we had the Zoom meeting, I picked a couple of people's emails. So I think I picked two people's. I was able to get 2 emails from the Zoom meeting we had. So I kept it. And then when I saw the way things were going, I wasn't okay. So I decided to contact the emails I picked. One guy is in Vietnam and another lady in Japan. So I sent them emails that I'm also with Rosie trying to move to New Zealand. So if they can contact me so that we talk about it and see how the things are going, because I'm not really okay with the way things are going. So fortunately, they got back to me and they also told the same story that what the woman is doing, they are not really getting it. They are not getting how the things are going. And I'm like, well, I'm also feeling the same. So we kept talking, we kept chatting, and eventually one lady here in Ghana got denied. I think Rosie applied the visa for her and she was denied. And Rosie wasn't telling her. Rosie didn't tell her. So the lady had to call the immigration. Hey, go. I'm coming. Stop crying. The lady had to contact New Zealand immigration to ask whether an application has been done for her. And they told her, yes, an application has been done, but then she's denied because the person didn't present the right document. So the lady got to know the denial from the immigration, but Rosie never told her that she's been denied. So the lady called me and told me that this is what has happened. She has called the immigration and they are telling her an application has been done for her, but she's denied. So the way things are going, looks like Rosie doesn't know what she's doing. She's just taking the money from us. She doesn't know the documents to present. She doesn't know how to even do the application well. So anyone she does the application for, the person gets denied. So the lady told me to contact her immediately to tell her that if she has not done mine, she shouldn't do it. She should stop it, because if she does it, automatically I'll be denied and I'll lose that opportunity. It's not a good sign for me trying to travel abroad. So she shouldn't do it. So I contacted her as soon as possible and I told her sincerely, if she has not done my application, I'm begging her in the name of God, she shouldn't do it. She can keep the money. If she's not refunding my money, I don't have a problem. She should just keep it. I don't want her to continue with my process anymore, because if she does it, I'll be denied. She doesn't even know what she's doing. So I told her that, and she told me, and she doesn't care. If I don't want her to do to move on with the process anymore, then she doesn't care. She will stop it, and she's not refunding my money to me. And I said, fine, I don't have a problem. If you won't refund my money, just stop my application, because I don't want to get denied. So that, in the future, if I want to move genuinely out, it will be a disadvantage for me. So we ended it up there. I told her to stop the whole process. And then she also said she's not refunding my money to me. And I said that is fine. She can keep it. So I think this is my story. Rosie doesn't know what she's doing. She's just there taking money from people, all because Africans, we are vulnerable and we are desperate to travel outside. So she's just doing that. She doesn't know whatever. She's not a consultant. She doesn't know what she's doing, because the documents she sends fake, wrong documents. She doesn't even know the documents they use in applying. She doesn't know anything. So I think that is it.
Fantastic. So fantastic. So I don't know if anybody want to ask Ati question. Ati, you are on that channel, right? You are on the WhatsApp group. I guess so, right? Ati, are you there?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. So this is what we are doing. And thank you for going there. And I hope that you are able to call immigration New Zealand or Australia yourself, because as it is now,
Yes,
what we
I
have
did.
you called them?
I called the New
Okay,
Zealand immigration. Yes, I did. And they told me no application has been done for me. Yes,
fantastic.
I called to
So,
confirm whether she has done it or not. Yes.
okay. I think somebody has a question for you before you go. So please, Christian.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you very much for your presentation so far. You say there were two people, one from Vietnam, one
Yes.
from Japan. Do you have contact of those people?
Yes, I do. I do. I
Okay,
even spoke to the lady in Japan yesterday. I do.
okay. Then secondly, what channel? If you can ask your husband, what channel did he use in making the payment in order for you people to speak to Rosie? Was it direct bank
Okay.
transfer to Ghana Bank? Or it was
Okay.
the channel. Yeah.
Let me ask. Okay. Hello. He says it's a visa transfer. He uses bank account.
He uses what?
He uses bank account. It's a visa. He uses Visa card to pay, to
Okay,
make
that
the
is
payment.
it is the online platform that they use. Okay, okay. Thank you. That is
Yes,
the
his
only thing.
Visa card.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I understand. All right. Thank
Okay.
you, Hattie. Yeah.
Thank
Is
you
that
too.
Kati? That's Ati. Okay. So
Okay,
that is the
Hetty,
question.
Bams, a
Yeah.
minute. Hetty, thanks
Okay.
for coming up. If I don't have any question for you, I'll
Thank you
contact you
too.
later. Yeah. So you can stay if you
All
want to answer
right.
any
All
more
right.
questions. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you too.
So that is it. So you might be able to get your fund back, and I don't know if you have actually reached out to your bank. I think you can actually just reach out to your bank and then lodge a complaint, even when you are not getting your fund back. They are able to flag her account that she's doing shady deal, because a lot of people have been complaining about that. Do you understand?
Okay.
That the
Yes,
process
please.
is a scam and no service was done for you, all those things. So you need to really, be aggressive about it. You might even get your money back. So you paid to Stripe, right?
Okay.
Did you pay to Stripe? Was it Stripe?
Well, as I said, I didn't do the payment.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
husband will
we'll
be the
talk.
best person to explain all.
No worries.
Yes,
We'll
sure,
talk. We'll
sure.
talk later. So I think maybe probably you are you open to pursuing this with the rest of the victims, because they are currently in a group where they fill the form of what happened, transpired, because we are gathering all this evidence and data to support
Okay.
this campaign. Are you
Okay,
open
sure,
to
sure.
that?
I
Okay.
will.
Okay, thank you. My question is, did Rosie lodge the application herself? Oh, we don't know that. I don't know if anybody know if Rosie lodged the application herself. I think most of the time what people have said on this platform is that it's Jenny that lodged that application. Jenny is like the guru when it comes to visa application, according to what we heard. And Jenny is not
Hmm.
also licensed.
Hmm.
So somebody is asking if you have been communicating with Agent Rosie. When last did you
No, not
communicate with
again.
her? When last did you communicate
I
with her?
think that was last year, around June, July, August. I think around August, September, thereabout. September, October, thereabout.
You just left it for God.
Yes, I just left it. I just left it to Mr. Bams. What can I do? I just left it because I just accepted that. I mean, I'm not going to meet her anywhere. Rosie is just a TikToker. What am I going to see her? If you want to go on her live to speak, she wouldn't allow you. If she realizes you are a client who is trying to like prove a point or be stubborn, she wouldn't allow you speak on her live at all.
Hmm,
And I'm
hmm.
also not a fan of TikTok, so I just left it to God. Why am I even going to see her? I'm not going to see her anywhere. I don't know her. Her face sitting there. I kept doubting her face. I I kept telling people that I think she's an AI sitting over there. It's not even a real human being. That's what I told my friends.
I think she's real. People that have
So
seen
I
her,
just
yeah, Nana have seen
mm,
her. Nana have seen her in Ghana, and Nana can confirm that that is her real face. So that is the face of the person that you guys have been paying. And even if you are not seeing her, we can actually pull these things together to say, okay, enough is enough, right? Enough is enough. And if you
okay.
are, so the other person you mentioned that you reach out to, apart from the one in Vietnam, are you able to reach out to that person? And we have that
Yes,
also
yes,
on
yes.
board. So please reach out to the person.
Well, I'll
I don't
tell
know.
her. I'll
Yeah, Malik, will you be able to speak with Ati? We will need her on the group, and also for her to be able to fill the form and all those things.
Sure, sure. I'll follow up when she's back from church.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much, Ati, for coming. We appreciate
okay.
that.
Thank you. Too.
So you are saving
Thank
a lot
you.
of people. Yeah. So we can go back to small.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, Hattie.
Bye.
Bye. All right, Bams. Thanks. Do I need to start again? So yeah, welcome everyone. So we wanted to provide an update on the data we have so far on Rosie, and what we sort of titled "Update on Rosie Consult Visa Racketeering Web," because we're beginning to uncover, how deep this racketeering web goes. It has quite a bit of reach in various countries. As far as the UK, in Poland, Vietnam has come up a couple of times. Bahrain in the Middle East, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Zambia. So it's pretty much across various continents that we're seeing in the data. So let me just move to the next slide. So pardon me, I will be moving around a lot between the slides, just so I can be able to flip. It doesn't work like the traditional PowerPoint slide, but I'll try to do my best. All right. So the when we were putting this presentation together, I think something that came up to our minds was we're trying to understand when actually did Rosie Consult get on our radar. So we were pretty much just a simple platform. BAMS did lots of content around data analysis and travel to New Zealand. So along the way, I think, hold on. Okay, so along the way, we started observing a rise in the marketing of New Zealand among social media influencers. We even saw situations where some individuals, they've not even stayed up to 6 months in New Zealand, but suddenly they know everything about New Zealand. So it was quite concerning at the time. We had an increase in traffic, inquiries, people coming to various inbox inquiring about migration to New Zealand. So we were sort of observing and just monitoring what was happening across various platforms. But Rosie sort of piqued our interest. We sort of listened into what she was saying. A lot of what she was saying wasn't making a lot of sense. But we would like to acknowledge our first star witness, Ola of Bahrain. Ola of Bahrain, if you're listening, thanks for coming forward with what in our mind was the first expose to how deep this racketeering web, how deep it ran, because we began to see the pattern of when you contact Rosie, how she would treat you, how she would block you, and how she would receive payments and then go on to apply for a bogus visitor's visa. And I will sort of cover on later on some of the ways Rosie suggests bypassing legal immigration processes. So thanks again, Ola Bahrain, for coming forward. So in terms of the witnesses and the victims, the profile cuts across all walks of life, both from tradies right up to professionals. So again, as Bams mentioned earlier, this is not really a test of your intelligence. It's just, an unfavorable situation or circumstance that you find yourself in. So I think I usually make announcements that, just to be mindful that lots of people might feel a bit of shame. But again, after listening to this, we are hoping that you will come forward and join the fight, to stop this woman from committing further havoc to Africans and unsuspecting victims across the world. I'm just going to change to the next slide. So if you have any questions, you can just put them in the chat, or if you're on the panel, you can just budge in, and again, we're happy to take the questions. All right, so who is Rosie? So she has quite a bit of following online, as you can see. So she's built sort of a profile, based on her ability to bring people into Australia and New Zealand to work, directly to work. Then she's also built a reputation around bogus promises. And what we've been hearing is that she's also built sort of a following in Africa, particularly in Ghana, where she also was hoping to open up a charity to expand her scamming ring. So again, that's what we know so far of Rosie. I'll try to make it as fact-based as possible. So from what we've received so far, which I'll cover shortly, you would also see her pattern, or what our friend Socrates always says, the modus operandi of Rosie. But for what the expose we got from day 10 yesterday was that she lives somewhere in New South Wales. She's potentially on a benefit. In Australia, she's not meant to be working illegally. So there's some elements of tax evasion. There's also some elements of excuse me. There's also some elements of worker exploitation, as we're going to see shortly. So that's the profile that we know of Rosie so far. I'm just going to move on to the next slide. So I'll just keep mentioning it so the pause doesn't become a bit awkward. All right. So when everything came to our, when we were made aware of what was happening, BAMS launched, a new campaign. So this is day 11 of the campaign to stop, Rosie the scammer. So we've been on it now non-stop. We've even had people who have come in here to say that we are jobless. Everybody on this platform, I want to believe everybody, at least I have, fair bit of knowledge on a couple of people on the panel, and I know, they are gainfully employed. They are actually contributing to society and not scamming people, compared to Rosie and her cohort. But again, we embraced the title that we're jobless, and we have taken it upon ourselves that stopping Rosie the scammer would be sort of our new job title. We tend to always come to work quite early so that we can deliver and give you guys good content and good updates, because we are quite cognizant that this document we've put together will be a living document. So as we receive more informations, like the lady that just spoke, Hetty, her information is not captured in this data. She also mentioned that she knows 2 or 3 other people in is it Vietnam and Japan. So we've not captured all this data. So hopefully, as the data keeps improving, we'll continue to update you as we go along, and other team members can also take turns in such presentations as well. So again, thanks to the host for taking out his time and the platform. I know that we must compliment Fearless reached out to Odogu Kiwi. So again, we must acknowledge Odogu Kiwi for also chiming in. Acknowledge the boss for chiming in. We also have, I believe, another David in Australia who has quite a large following. I see Altueze in the comment. We also acknowledge Altueze as well for not just being here and supporting the team. She's also run her own live, and she's actually been assaulted or harassed during her own live session by Rosie. So again, for all those influencers across the world that have a huge following, we thank you, and we also look forward to you continuing to spread this message. I also like to acknowledge our very own Dr. Sazi as well. I mean, if you are looking for top African influencers or TikTok, personnel profiles online, you cannot get away from BAMS and Sazi. So thank you guys for doing the good work and running this campaign. So I'll just move on to the next slide. So just pardon the pause. All right. So the next area we would like to look into is just to update you on what has been happening, for the past 10 days. So who we've uncovered from this web. So we have on top of the pyramid is Rosie. I believe her full name is Rosie Martinez or so. So she's on top. Ideally, when in the US, if they are dealing on a RICO case, you always have the top of the chain, like the Baron, like Al Capone, so she's sort of on top. So I think when we started off, day one, day two, it took a while to catch on, but we are now, we've gained lots of momentum. We uncovered Eric. So Eric was from yesterday. We learned that Eric was in some sort of relationship, probably romantic, with Rosie, but we cannot confirm. Like I said before, this will be an evidence-based presentation. So I would always note where we don't have sufficient information and where we have sufficient information. So we invited Eric to the platform. He claimed to be an IT expert, but he went toe to toe with our in-house subject expert, which is Cristiano, and he could not answer simple questions around website, payment gateways, and the whole shebang. So again, he ended up leaving the platform. BAMS has given him a lot of time that he can always come back to clear his name. So Eric, if you are listening to this, you are on top of the chain, right next to Rosie. So the next character which was uncovered was, I think, Jenny. So Jenny is a close associate as well. So she's communicated with a lot of the victims. She's also on documents that are in our possession. We also had Benny G. So Benny G came on, I think, one of the days, probably day 6 or 5 or so, to challenge us on the platform. He said he's a criminologist, but upon interrogation, he had no clue. In fact, looking at a criminal or somebody who runs a scam like Rosie, right in front of you, he could not even fish her out. And he also claimed to be a Nigerian, and that was quite upsetting. Some people took it quite personal because he was very slow. He looked like somebody who was dropped on the head when he was a child. Again, those are informations we cannot verify, but I think you get the point. So he had no inkling of being a criminologist. Again, we don't know how he's paid by Rosie, or if he's paid behind the scene, or even if he has some sort of relationship with Rosie. Then there's a Glenda. We are still hot on Glenda's tail. So Glenda, if you're listening, you have an opportunity to come forward now. We're calling on you. We're giving you this chance. Then there are other characters. We also heard that the Nigerian also faked his passing away so that he could get away from Rosie and the gang. We also acknowledge that would be a good move from a Nigerian. But again, if you are out there, please come forward. We want to hear from you, and we'll definitely get onto you some way, somehow. We have all our links. We might not be as connected as Rosie, but we'll definitely work on that. So those on the right, you can see that they are in green. So a lot of those people in green, we have come to discover that even though they were close associates of Rosie at some point, like Kay. So Kay set up all the website payment gateways, and pretty much, was hard done by Rosie. Rosie dumped him. He was working for Rosie in the promise that he was going to get a work visa to migrate to Australia. And Rosie also had like a fetish on him. She had a crush. I think there was a bit of love triangle going on, and he was not aware. And from the way he spoke on day 10, you will know that he had a good moral upbringing, and he stood his ground. He said he was not going to get involved. He wanted to keep it professional, to be a working relationship, not a romantic relationship. So that's when things got a bit, went south, and we thank him for coming forward. The team is also going to contact him, and we'll get more information on Rosie. Mary was another one. She was working remotely for Rosie for about three weeks or so. So she was exploited as a worker. She was not paid her wages, her salary. She was not given any contract, and Rosie just pretty much just dumped her. Thanks again, Mary, for coming forward. Your voice does matter. Nana, good stand-up guy. He was very upfront. When the heat was on him, he came forward. He told us everything that has happened, and now he's working behind the scenes and giving information. So again, in the coming updates, we would have gotten more data from Kay, Mary, and Nana. So those are the characters that we've uncovered thus far. So again, we'll continue to work and update you as we go ahead. So pardon the pause. I'm just bringing up the next slide. Okay, so we've looked at the data on the gender of the victims we have so far. A lot of the victims, are male. Then we also have female for about 33% of the time. So lots of this, like I mentioned earlier, they cut across various sectors of employment, and they are in various stages of their, career growth, locations, and all of that. So I'm going to present on locations as well. All right. So the next one we're looking at, we try to sieve out the nationality. So this just tells you, her target population. So we've seen cases across Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Ghana. Again, while we've been running this series, a couple of nationalities, citizens have come forward, like from Zambia. We've not captured that data. A couple of Australians have come forward as well. So if you're an Australian and Rosie promised to bring your partner over, again, we want to hear from you. Please, at the end of the presentation, we'll give you the contact, Fearless, so she can send you the link. We want to collect all the data. So if you're Australian, we would like to hear from you as well, so that we can update this data. So I'll just move on to the next slide. Okay, so I did talk about victims' locations. So lots of the victims some are at various stages of their career. Some have migrated. They are living in a second country. We've heard about Vietnam. Across the Middle East, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Zambia, even in Australia as well. So Australia, the pattern we're actually seeing in Australia is that for students who are having trouble renewing or extending their visa, or people who have work visas in Australia and they are looking to get residency in Australia, and also people who want to bring their partner over to Australia. So those are the patterns, what we are seeing in the data across the victims. So Vietnam makes up about 17%, Bahrain 33%, Nigeria 17%, and a large chunk of the data we have so far are people from the UK. Bams did mention this a lot. So we are seeing patterns of due to the stricter visa rules in the UK. A lot of people are turning to Australia and New Zealand to be their their next destination because of Australia and New Zealand is family friendly. Couple of courses will allow you bring in your spouse and children. Um, you know, education is free to about secondary, and a lots of other benefits as well. So Rosie is sort of capitalizing on some of these trends. Yeah. So trust me, she's listening and she's
I
monitoring the trends.
Smalls.
Yeah.
So I think there was a question in the comment section that has what is the total number of people so far that have filled the form. So I will just address that while you continue. So we do not want to share the total number of people that have filled the form because we are still gathering the data and we are not obliged to share that at this moment. So basically, but that is the overview of the data. That is the minimum viable, data that you can see currently. So we won't share all the information, but check for yourself. Thank you very much. I'm going to continue.
Thanks, Bams. I love that. It's a minimum viable product. It's a Scrum master term in project management. When you are using what was that again, Bams? When you are using Agile
Yeah,
for project management delivery.
yeah.
I think Rosie does a bit of Agile as well. She ropes you in quite fast. So in the first couple of days, she ropes you in. The next couple of days, she gives you her bill. The next couple of days, she pretends to take information. Then she will then ghost you. The next couple of weeks, blocks you. So probably that's her own uh, Scrum sprint. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. Let's go back to the. Okay, so what we are seeing from the data, 100% of the victims contacted are in contact with Rosie herself. So they are in contact with the CEO. In fact, we've just heard from Hetty. Bams has mentioned this severally. Lots of the victims that have come forward within this 11-day period have often expressed that Rosie becomes very mad, MAD, when you contact any other person in her organization. So again, we can then see and begin to observe that, she's at the top, the head of the five families, on top of that web, racketeering web, and she doesn't want anybody to contact, she's in control, so to say. Yeah. So that's what the data is telling us. So I'll just move on. So let's look at what countries were promised. Again, I covered earlier about the migration trend, some of the difficulties expressed in the UK, in Middle East. We know that it's quite temporary. You can be there all your life, probably 30 years, but you must always return home. So some people are in Asia. So Asia is quite temporary as well, and lots of people are looking to move to Australia and New Zealand. Again, it's quite. Oh yeah, thanks. To is a micromanaging. Yep. So she's quite heavy-handed in micromanaging. So while Australia and New Zealand is quite open and they're looking for people with skills, it's always good to go through the right channels. But I'll cover later on to see how this Rosie is encouraging people to bypass the legal channels. So what were the countries of promised? So 50% of the data we are seeing, they promised to go to Australia on a work visa. 33% are promised to come to New Zealand, while about 16 or 17% thereabout were promised both countries. Yeah. So if you look at it, she really has her target, her niche area. So we can say that Australia and New Zealand are her niche areas. Again, we've also seen communication, which we've not decided to leave out for now, where Amara or Zimara has confirmed that she's not registered with them. So that's a key information, that key evidence that we've set our eyes on. Again, if we look at the visas promised, so it's not just the destination. So she's quite cunning. She goes a step further to then promise a very specific visa. Oh, thanks, Otweze, Omara. So she goes on to excuse me, to promise a specific visa. So from this, we can see that about 16% were promised a work visa. Another 16% or so were promised. Oh, so accredited work visa was not there. So 33% were promised a sponsored work visa because she claims to have all the connections to employers. So no matter the job that you're into, if you're into dishwashing, if you're into cleaning, if you're into aged care, if you're a medical doctor, an engineer, if you're even a pilot, Rosie can get you a job. So that's how connected she is. Oh yeah, Kristen, an Okada rider. So if you ride a motorcycle, just for a bit of disclaimer, so Australia doesn't use motorcycle as a means or mode of transportation, but that's a very nice one, Kristen. So another 16% were promised resident visa. So that's direct permanent resident. So when you are brainstorming with her and looking at temporary visas, she then pushes you and promises you that, oh no, you can get a permanent. Why go for a temporary visa, work visa? You can get a permanent resident. So this is how smooth talking she is. So about 16% were promised a visitor's visa. So now let's look at what the victims eventually ended up with. This is quite interesting. So take note of those numbers, of those figures. We expect some questions from there. So what visas were eventually submitted? So after all her promises, we looked at the data. After all her fancy promises, guess what? 80% of those promises ended up in visitor's visa. So like I mentioned earlier, this will be an evidence-based presentation. So we can now see that she starts off with this pattern of promises. Then she ends up after you've paid for consultation. That's the first step. She's gotten you hooked. Then she then goes on to take your high excuse me, high fees for the visa, probably around, we're seeing an average of close to $2,000. Then eventually she pushes you, even without your permission, she pushes you to apply for a visitor's visa. So later on, we'll see why. So in some of the cases we found, she's not even done anything at all for many months, even with constant pressure from the victims. So now let's move on to what we sort of looked at, the current status. Excuse me. So the current status. So we can see that a large portion, about 60%. So if we combine the refused and declined, so it's just a difference in terminology. So to me, in my books, refused, declined, they are pretty much the same. You are pretty much screwed. So 60%, over half of what Rosie promised, even though she tried to bypass with the visitor visa, all got rejected. 20% were withdrawn. So this is the victims, thanks to what BAMS, the awareness that has been raised. Lots of the victims are beginning to, inform her to withdraw their applications and refund their money, which she has refused to do. Some are still left in limbo, about 20%. They don't know where, the stage of the application. She's blocked them off. She's not replying. Even though Eric was here promising that he will connect them and we are going to get a refund. We've not heard of one refund so far. Please, if you have been refunded, do get in touch with us. We're happy to include you in the data. Um, you know, so now, aside from the current status, we also had a look
What
at.
is the approval rate? Small, sorry, can you quickly go back to the other page to see how many approval rate we have there?
Okay, let me go back. So that was current status, right?
Yes.
So I would like to announce that there is 0% approval rate from what we have so far. So if anyone listening, any victim listening, or any potential victim, or anybody who is currently dealing with her, there is 0 approval rate. In fact, we've heard from the witness testimony yesterday that she actually faked a lady who had, I think, a nurse or
Mm.
HK worker who had independently gained her employment and came into Australia. Rosie offered to go pick her at the airport, put her in a house, then used her to make content just to show, potential victims that she got approval. So this is the sort of the nightmare we are facing so far. Thanks, Bams, for highlighting that. So let's move on to. So where do we stop? Sorry, trying to navigate this. Okay, so we're looking at payment method. So a lot of so during this series of the past 11 days, Rosie has had the opportunity to come here to clear her name. So she was here. It didn't really go down very well. She wasn't able to provide evidence. She wasn't able to provide anything. In fact, she came to even market herself on that day. She was like, she does very legit business. She cares about Africans, yaba yaba and all of that. So she even claimed that lots of people are cloning her name. Some people are hacking her profile, and that people that are making payments are paying to some sort of ghost Rosie. So again, so let's have a look at the payments methods. So we'll give you a slide later on who they paid to. So just to debunk Rosie's claims, so payment methods, about 83% paid through Stripe. Again, from what I understand about Stripe and the back end linked to crypto and all of that, it's just shady. If you are dealing with an Australian or New Zealand business, you have a registered bank account, you are given a bank account and a SWIFT code. Everybody who has done international business or relocated by work visa, or dealt with an migration agent, those are the standard, I'll borrow your term, Socrates, modus operandi. Yeah. You're given an account, you're given SWIFT code, and you go ahead and make the payment. But Rosie craftily has set up this Stripe payment. Again, just a few of what we looked at are bank transfers. So again, hopefully, we will continue to keep an eye and monitor what's happening through these payment gateways. But I think the next one might be quite interesting. Let's look at the names, because Rosie claimed that she's not the one refusing the amount. So we've looked at the names and the payments that were made. So everything that was made are all linked to Rosie. It's either Rosie Consult, Rosie Consulting, or some sort of domain in Australia. So we can confirm to everyone that we've successfully debunked Rosie's claims that she's been hacked. There was nothing of that nature. Everybody paid through her number, through her contact, and she confirmed payments. All right. So that's quite an interest. It was a good revelation from the data. Then we had a look at the banks. So again, we know Stripe is a payment platform, but we saw this BIDV. I think it was a direct transfer, but hopefully we can later on bog down and track down what the name of the bank is. And we're encouraging victims as well to sort of challenge these payments. Go to your bank, make a report, and follow up the case. Try to see if you can recover any sums. Yeah. Okay, so we we also looked at the biometrics. So I just wanted to put out a bit of update there. So this data you are seeing is a reduced version. So we collected quite a robust data across, things like personal informations, names, data, what happened, how you met Rosie, and all of that. So we just took out some bits that we can sort of anonymize. So you just have an idea of what we've been doing all this while. So we looked at what happened to some of the late biometrics. So about 25% of the cases we're seeing is that Rosie keeps on the request for biometrics. I don't know, it gets lost in the mail or something, but she never forwards that to the victims. And then that lapses, and then your visa gets rejected. We also heard from Hetty just now. She mixes up paperwork. She doesn't even know the process. So lots of these visas get rejected based on the data. Again, so this is quite interesting. So she has this way of, about 33% of the victims, she has this way of convincing them that, you applied for a visa, it's your fault that it got rejected, you didn't do this, you didn't do X, Y, Z, yabba, yabba, yabba. Then she convinces them to stay on, that, Rosie Consult is going to apply for you again a second time. Now is out of the goodness of her heart. So this is how, classic scam, somebody is scamming you, but they are telling you and advising you that they are helping you, so anybody that has fallen victim would always recognize that pattern. So she would tell you that she's going to apply for you a second time, or she's going to tell you she's going to appeal. Thanks all to Eze she's going to tell you she's going to appeal. And then the appeal process, she doesn't tell you it takes years. It needs to go to a tribunal. You need to pay some amount of money, blah, blah, blah. So it's just the same pattern, so that's what we're seeing in the data. Yeah. So that's for the refusals. Then now we go to, so in court, most times in court, we always look at victim impact statements. So I'm just going to take a while here for you to read this, or probably I could read it for you because I think in court, when the judge is about to pass a sentence on the accused, and I hope Rosie faces some sort of court system someday, lots of these victim impact statements are going to be read to her, and I think at that point the accused, some break down, some feel remorse, some stick to their old ways, but just hear the victim impact statement. She asked me to pay another money again, which I disagreed, and then told her to refund me. Then she blocked me. After asking the payment, she hasn't responded, and when approached, she has blocked all communications, contact by numbers, and even on TikTok. Take a second to listen to that. I just pause. So let that hit you. For all victims, we hear you. We're giving you a voice. Any potential victims out there, please come forward. The next one, instead of processing my refund, Rosie sent me a non-disclosure agreement (NDA) and stated that both my cousin and I would have to sign it before she would refund my money. Again, I'll just pause for you to take that in. So good question, Kim. So an NDA, the non-disclosure, is that so what she wants to do is that it's like hush money. So I'm doing you a favor. I will refund your money, but you need to remain hush. You must not talk about it. You must not inform anybody about it. And if you do, then you get into a legal quagmire or something, legal issue. Yeah. The other one, I'll try to read that as much as I can. So after payment was made, she refused to reply my mail, and she goes on live stream every day. And I went to her live stream to tell to the public, after my money, why are you not replying me again? And first she told me she doesn't know me. Then I sent her the receipt then she admitted and said I should send my documents again. She mistakenly sent an appeal or decline letter format, which I asked, why would she send me that? She said it's a mistake on live stream. Therefore, I call her and she did not pick up. So yeah, so I take a while. Let's let that sink in. So again, we can see the patterns. So I hope we've done justice to your voices, the victims who have come forward so far. Because without you, in fact, yesterday we heard that Rosie has done this for the past over 3 years. So we are now going back in history. So please, sorry about that. So if you've been hard done by Rosie for the past 3 to 5 years, please, we need you. We need you to come forward. We need you to come forward with all your evidence. I know some people have moved on. They got angry, tried to delete everything and just moved on because of the trauma. But please, if you still have all the evidence, please come forward. We would like to hear from you, please. All right, so I'll go on to the last part. Sorry for taking so long. We just felt we should, get this all out there, and just, thank everyone for following through for the past 11 days. So the next part is what we want from victims. So we did realize, and thanks to BAMS was able to set up a central repository where we can collate all the evidence. So it's a Google form. You can go in and lodge in all your documents. For example, the additional evidence, you can create a single PDF file and put them in. It helps us with our filing. So for example, if we need to, talk to people in Australia, we have, quite a robust application that we can just send through at a go. And we are quite mindful that we're handling people's private information. So we already sought all the approvals to share their information to authorities, and also to handle their informations as well. So the first sort of the documents that we want to capture the first contact with Rosie. You can see at the top there, you can see that's her WhatsApp number. You can even see her face where she sent you the information, encouraging you and welcoming you to her platform and telling you about the price, what it would take for the visa. Then we also need, where the demand for payment was requested. Again, you can see the Stripe link there. You can see bank details. You can see all of those information. So those are the key evidence that we need to nail Rosie and her team. And we're happy that from the data we have so far, quite a considerable amount of information has flowed on through. So I'll move on to the next one. We're almost through. So again, this is quite important, very important, because this is where for a practice when you are advising people on immigration. This is where regulation is very important. A licensed immigration advisor would not intentionally tell you how to bypass the rules or try, how to forge documents and various other things. So this is where Rosie was informing somebody that the work visa is quite expensive, that she can get them a visitor's visa, which is cheaper, and then she would then fix them in a job because she has lots of contacts. She will fix them in a job which is then cheaper for them. So again, incriminating evidence. So we want the documents to be this rich. We're not saying that this is a standard, but ideally these are what, when you are filling the form, this is what we want to be capturing in the data set. Okay. So I'll go on to the last one. So this is on. So we discovered that lots of people, at the first instance, when we invite you into the box, when we ask about, do you have the payment history? Do you have a contract? Lots of people struggle. Some people have forgotten. Some people have moved on. Some people, it takes a bit of time to go source the information. But to make the case very, very strong, we would like you to prepare all the payment receipts, the transaction evidence from your bank, the money being taken out of your bank, or any communications with your bank disputing the payments and how far you and your bank have gone in sort of recovering the funds. So again, you can see a very classic example there. On the 31st of October 2025 at 9:20 p.m., the amount of $1,750 was paid to Rosie, all through the visa, approval process, and tax and all of that. So again, we want very rich evidence. So if you are, Rosie has often threatened about, threatening people like Otueze with her lawyers and defamation of character, yabba 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 blah. I've often said lawyers don't work this slow. For a litigation lawyer in New Zealand, it's about $350 to $600 per hour. To hire. I know she has lots of money from the victims, but it takes to meet them is that's the hourly rate, and for a case of this magnitude, I expect Rosie to talk to her lawyer for I don't know 2-3 days because the evidence is quite hefty. So if you were coming after us, I expect you would have sent me a message already, or you would have contacted BAMS or Fearless. So again, we don't back, we just bite. So we are not all backs. We just bite you straight. So that's what we're doing. We're providing all the evidence. If you have more evidence, first point of contact is Fearless. She will then send you all the links. I provide, we meet as a team with BAMS, coordinating because it's this platform. And then we would always, like I mentioned earlier, keep updating you as we go along. But please, we want to get as much as we can. Yeah. And we also acknowledge the team in Australia as well. Please reach out. We'll coordinate with you guys on the ground, to sort of make this impactful, because we need to shut her down. Yesterday, she could not go live. I think she was on this platform listening and hearing from, everybody that was speaking up in Australia. So just to wrap up, I just want to thank everyone for listening. This is just a saying from Phil Jackson. The strength of the team is each other. The strength of each member is the team. So if one of us bleeds, we all bleed. I know initially we started off as being African focused, but I think we've heard from someone from is it French Micronesia or somewhere, so So this cuts across just Africans, but we really want to bring this to a stop, and we will continue to run this as much as we can, because yesterday some interesting things from day 10, if I was to do a bit of recap, was that a couple of people started off French Polynesia. Thanks, Esther. Yeah, we had somebody from there yesterday, in I think day 10 or 9. So one interesting thing we heard yesterday was that a couple of people started off this journey to try to stop Rosie, but eventually it fizzled out. So, people will move on. Some people will get jobs. Some people will get tired. Sometimes authorities are quite slow to act. But again, since we're jobless, we've taken this as our part-time job. So again, we'll be here. We'll push as long as we can. So yeah, thank you very much for listening. If there are any questions, myself and the team, we are happy to take questions. Thank you very much.
Somebody in the church coming to the live stream. Thank you very much, Smalls. And guys, I think you have seen that. And well, I can't even say anything more on what has been said. So I just hope that we are very careful wherever we are. And if you have been scammed and you think you are a victim and you want to come share your story, please kindly send an invite. And we might not be able to stay long today because I think school resumes tomorrow and we'll be preparing to get some things ready. So Chris, I think you have a question. So Chris, do you have a question? So that is it. That is where we are currently. So if you are keen and you want to join the team and you want to share your story, we can also give you the link to fill that form and then submit stuff. But your information are totally, secured. And just wanted to mention that. Thank you. Brandy. Oh, I think Brandy March. Where is he? Did he say he has a question?
Yes,
Brandy, are
yes.
you there?
Brandy.
Yeah, I'm there.
Rosie was calling
Good
her.
morning, or whatever it may be. Good morning, or whatever the.
We can't hear you.
Increase the box so one more person can come up. Brandy, are you there? We can't hear you if you're speaking. Looks like she dropped. Are there any questions so far? If you, yep, I'll just hang around. Looks like it's secret snoring.
Who is snoring? Everybody's muted. So where are you guys hearing someone is snoring?
Yeah, it was secret.
Hi, everybody. How you going?
Like him.
I just want to say, guys, what a great job, great presentation. I don't know, I'm sure everybody's feeling much the same way, but it made me feel really sick to see that data. But it's really good to see that you've got a grip on what it is looking like. But yeah, good job.
Thanks, Kim. Hopefully Bams will share the presentation, and yeah. Please, if you know people who are affected, please share the presentation to them. We'll continue to update as we go along, as we get new information. Yeah. Oh, too easy. Any question? Any advice? Any feedback?
No, you've done well, very well put together. Based on what I saw, two things was very, very clear and enough. Just two things there was more than enough. So well done. There was too strong evidence there, very too strong evidence. So well done to you, or all of y'all, should I say? So I think you got enough. I truly do.
Right. Thanks. That's we don't take that lightly. I know Autos is very strict on data and procedures, so that's a very good one coming from Autos. Thanks.
Thank you.
Esther.
Posting the slides. Small.
Yeah, based on the slides. Yep.
Are you posting it so that it can go out to everybody too?
Uh, so I don't really know how it works. I had to go through a whole heap of process to format it for TikTok. You know, the screen size for the phone. But I don't know if Bams will post the video, but I have the slide, the PowerPoint slide. So if you have any advice on how to post that, I mean, we can take that on board.
Maybe we can just post a picture at a time, and people can
One
just
pic.
go. Might be
Oh,
easier.
okay.
Then
Oh,
you can
okay.
tag,
Okay.
you tag a lot of people, and other people see their tag. Then it gets out faster as well. It goes viral.
Okay, so we should post each, because what I did was took the PowerPoint slide, then took it screenshots on my phone.
All right.
Yeah, so I have all the photos. So I'll send to Bams so he can he can post the video, then he can post the photos as well. I think that would hopefully that would work. Yeah.
That'll be good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Very good too.
Ralphie, are you there?
Yeah, I'm very much here. Thank you so much, Smalls, for that presentation. It's a reflection of the concerted effort of everyone. I want to say a big thank you to all the people on both the committee, so to speak, and on the platform. I want to say a big thank you to all of you. Particularly to the victims, thank you for coming to save other people from falling prey. And to particularly K and KK and Nana, I want to especially appreciate you for your courage to really speak up. And then Mary, you guys have done a very good job. You made our day 10 meaningful, even though it was quite exhausting, but you made all the noise, quote unquote, that we have been making. You gave credence to it. So thank you very much. And thank you for that people that have been working, from the other side. Kim, Otweze, I appreciate your efforts from the other side, reporting, going to the authority there. They're doing an amazing job too. Thank you. I do have some thoughts which I will not want to say now because it's very, very sensitive about possible choices that this con artist might explore. I don't have any doubt in me. Eric, Rosie, if you are listening, I don't have any doubt in me that if you go through the mental health route, you are still going to rot in jail. There's something about mental health acts, whether in Australia or in advanced country in the world, as long as you have got capacity, which evidently in this your case or cases of the victims, you've got capacity. So you are not acting out of lack of capacity. So no matter how you want to go, you are still going to rot in jail. And I've been saying it, and I'm saying it loud again for you to listen and to hear me. You, both of you and all of you who have done this evil to humanity, you are going to jail. Whether psychiatric jail or the jail that we know, you will rot in jail. There's no way out. But I will discuss with the team backstage on certain sensitive information that we need to think about. Questions I've got. One, Cristiano, and you can maybe look into this also. What exactly, or who exactly, knowing the level that we know now, the low level of intelligence, as has been confirmed by many people of Rosie, who is behind, even though we know potentially the answer, but I want us to look deep into it because it will unravel some other things. Who is behind the stripe that Rosie is using? Because for them to have thought about the way of stripe, it shows a deliberate attempt to scam. And that's why Rosie cannot escape. Because she crafted, it was a craft to actually go that route, to evade tax, and also to appear untraceable. But she does not know that there can be back-end job that can be done. So I want us to look into it. I think it will give an in-depth insight into some other things, which can be a very strong base to present our argument if she wants to go through the mental health route. For being dyslexic is not a problem. Anybody can be dyslexic. Anybody can be neurodivergent. That's not a problem from what we know. So I think I want us to look into that. And then the other thing I'm thinking about, which is quite sensitive, which I don't want to mention here, we'll discuss it and we'll see if that avenue is explored, what are the likely consequences. So I think this is just what I would like to say for now while we continue to work hard backstage. Thank you very much.
I think from my hand, I will call it a wrap here. We have done a fantastic work today. Dantida, I don't know if Dantida is a victim. So we already have a nurse come up. So from day 1 to day 11, we keep having different victims come up on the platform. And what that tells us is Rosie is a case study that needs to be, needs to be brought to book as soon as possible. So basically, we'll continue this like the document. And thank you again. Thank you once again, Smalls, for presenting. That document is going to be a live document that will be updated as we have more data of people coming on board. So they've mentioned that we do not have work, and this is now our work. So we use our work and we'll be diligent about it. So basically, I don't know if there's anyone that have any other question, concerns, addition. I know somebody had said something around reach out to lawyer to know how to go about it. There is none to it than what we have known. At least I'm not saying my retirement were too easy. so so basically, from my hand, nothing. I don't know, Fearless, do you have anything from your hand? I want us to close early so that she can open her shop if she needs to open.
Um, I think the main purpose for this live stream tonight was to let the people know that this is not just TikTok drama and drop the data that we have already. So I don't think there's any reason to have a long or live stream, you know, unless there's a victim who wants to
Yeah,
share their story. Other than that, I don't know. Just depends on what you want to do, but I would think we should share
I
story.
want us to close. I want us to close. Thank you very much. I think we should just close because basically tomorrow is we starting like work again tomorrow. So and the essence
Oh,
of today's,
do you have a
yeah,
job? You've got a job.
school runs is gonna be my job. You
Okay,
understand?
that's I don't.
School runs are this one. That is gonna be the job going forward. But I appreciate everyone.
Yeah,
Everyone
it's been a long evening as well, having to have a
prepare, right?
meeting and all that and make
Mm.
sure that
Oh
that's
yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
That meeting was a
I
long one.
love it. It was a long one, yeah.
It was a long one.
So yeah, so there's a lot happening behind the scene. I think we're getting there. To like Smalls said, to the victims that have been impacted. We see you and we hear you, and we're happy to walk this path with you. We may not be able to understand the full impact of what Rosie has done to you and your family members, but we're happy that what started like just a mere conversation has blown to something bigger. And this is just a warning to others that are out there that are doing this same thing, that you might think we're not watching. Well, this is a movement and we're not stopping, you know. And we're going to definitely get justice for the victims. And I think we're at the point now where justice is the end goal. We don't care how long it will take or how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen, and it's definitely going to happen. And thank you to you, especially Bams, for giving us this platform to convey. Even though we have behind the scene team meetings and all that, but this is where Rosie is building up our cartel and all that. All our employees are all from TikTok. She employed them from TikTok without contracts. So I think we'll be able to dismantle that strength of her coming online. From yesterday, she didn't stream. So let's see what happened today. Rosie, I know you can hear me. Um, we we are not coming for you. We are already right there with you, and you're going to feel it. the pain you've caused our brothers and our sisters. You're going to feel it 1,000 times. You're going to feel it. And to our African brothers and sisters that have teamed up with Rosie to cause this madness, we are coming for you too. We're not stopping. We're coming for you. And you're not just going to feel it. We're going to make sure that they know that even though people think that Africans are scammers, they should know that Africans also work against scammers. We are good people. We work hard. We want to protect our names. We want to protect our continent. We may have differences because of our geographical dynamics, but we are still one, and we're going to fight to protect our continent and put us in the forefront that we are not scammers. They are good people. And this is the reason why, this is the goal for this movement. Is the goal for it. And we're going to keep doing it. We're not stopping. And to Smalls, thank you. Thank you for that amazing presentation. And thank you for working with Bams and myself. This started as a joke. Bams, remember, this just started as a joke. Just one evening, just playing around and doing our normal goofing and all that. And my brother I was like, bro, put this up. And boom, this is day 11. Hopefully, before we get to season 2, Rosie will be in jail. She'll be in jail. She's going to do her retirement in jail. Whether she wants to claim mental health, but she's still going to be in jail. She does not belong in the society. She's a menace. Yep. And to Jenny, you may think you've taken your full name off the system, but we see you. We see you as well. No. Thank you. He's retired. Benny the Goat, we see you too. Hopefully you can come back and apologize after hearing all the victims. You said you've had interview with Rosie's team, but hopefully you can be wise enough and come up and take down your pride and come apologize for what you said and how you've addressed this issue. Bams, can you check from your end? Someone dropped me a message and said they were blocked or muted from your live stream.
The person told me, but I don't think they were blocked. Is it that child something?
No,
So,
Chima.
Chima, he said somebody muted, not blocked. And I
Okay.
apologized to him that I'm not aware. It will be yesterday when people were saying stuff and KK wasn't. I don't know. I've not seen it, but KK was saying something that I was not seeing. So I think somebody muted him. I don't know. So, but he was muted, not blocked. And I've
Okay.
apologized to him that I'm not aware. I have a lot of moderators. So maybe somebody just muted you.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I apologize. Anybody on the panel that wants to say something? We have to finish early today. We just have to
Yeah.
finish. We've had the live stream started a bit late, but there was other meetings that needed to happen before the live stream. So, anyone?
Okay.
Esther? I just want to say keep up the good work. That was it.
Yeah.
Great. I didn't know it was a joke when you started, but wow, day 11. It's amazing. You guys are really good.
Esther, are you part of the jobless crew or you have a job?
Or you are joyful.
I have a job.
Oh, you are joyful. If you are, oh God, if you are not jobless, you are joyful.
It's like really, I don't know if anybody said it as loud as possible, but you've done a really great job. Really, really. That's good.
Yeah, good job, guys. Thank you for your time. I'm going to drop now, and yeah, you got my number, Fearless, in your chat. But yeah, yell if I can help. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Kim,
Yeah.
we need more of those local Aussie victims. If you have
Yeah.
their contact, you can just
Yeah.
connect.
I'll definitely reach out to some people. And I'll come back to you guys if there's anybody that will. And I think the problem, as you guys would have found too, that some people have moved on and they want to leave in the past. They don't want the trouble, all of that. But I'll keep you informed.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. All right. Good night, guys.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone. I think we should just call it a wrap for today. See you tomorrow. And Fearless Smalls, we have conversation maybe later. And then thank you, Otweze. Thank you very much, Malik. A fine girl,
Fine guy didn't say
Cristiano.
anything.
No, fine girl. Do you want to say something? Yeah. Please, last word from you.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been on this case from day one. I joined the day one, day two, it was so overwhelming. It's like my brain was overspeeding. I didn't have that patience. So you guys have really tried. I think I'm learning patience from everyone here as well. Thank you so much and God bless you all.
We're happy to sell some of our patients to you. Most especially,
So,
we are happy. We are happy. At times you just tend to look at things and say, okay, if I'm angry, I'm just wasting my time. It's okay.
yeah.
It's okay.
Well done, you guys.
All right. Thank you very much.
Cup of tea. Are you a victim?
Not a victim to this particular person. I just came up to ask if it's just Rosie that we were focusing on, because similar thing I experienced similar thing with somebody else about over a year ago. So I don't know. And I believe she's still out there trying to scam other people. So I don't know if you can add other people other.
Spill. Go on. Spill the beans.
Yeah, so her name is Zanelli. So she said she's from South Africa. So she was doing the exact same thing, promising people work visa. Hers was particularly for the UK. And then I know quite a few people that she scammed. She scammed at that time. So, and then after that she blocks people. Just same process. So I can DM you her name and proof of the transactions and all that, if that's okay.
Well, I think, thank you very much. Fearless, what do you think? So it's a movement. I think it's a movement, but
Yeah,
then
sure.
Fearless,
Honestly, and I
Just
really
DM and
appreciate the
yeah,
yeah, we'll
movement.
follow up.
yeah,
All right.
Send
just
a
DM
message, but
Fearless.
for now we are on Rosie's case, but we can put
Okay.
that on the
Okay.
Smalls and Bumps. We'll discuss that, sir.
Yeah, we'll just create like an hierarchy, of
Exactly.
those that we are going to chase.
Because there's already an individual in New Zealand that is already on our radar. So
Yeah.
we have a list.
All
Yeah,
right. All right.
They just have to stop.
cup of tea, please. Rosie is already doing her PhD in this case, and your case, I think, is still in verse X3. Please, let's just hold on, please.
All right. Now that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but send a message.
Yeah,
All
please
right.
do
I'll
send
send
the
the
message.
message
We can
to you.
we can
I'll
be
follow you
interjecting
now.
and adding stuff, simultaneously. Maybe we will discuss that. But then just send it. Send it. It depends on how heavy that case is.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you.
Where are you streaming from?
From the UK.
From the UK. Where is this person based?
So at that time, she said she was in South Africa, but then she later on she said she had moved to the UK to make the whole thing easy. But then I don't know. I'm not quite sure if she actually moved. So
Yeah, but how
that's
is her social media presence though? Is she big on social media? Is she on
she
social
was,
media
but
space?
after she scammed people, and then I stopped. I don't know if she blocked me, but after she scammed people, I stopped seeing her.
Cup of tea.
Okay,
On TikTok.
just drop her details.
Okay.
Cup of tea.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you please tell me our company? What's the name of our company?
Eh,
Okay.
can you hear me?
What's the name of our company?
If I remember clearly, it was relocate with Paliso.
Okay, just hold on 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. Relocate with Paliso.
Watch.
She was mostly present in Facebook, so I think it would be easier to find her on Facebook.
Okay, what I can find is relocate with ease.
No, I don't
Paliso
think
Limited.
it might be. I don't know, but because she was mostly present on Facebook. I
Okay, don't
didn't.
worry. Just send your
Yeah,
details. So send your details and the details of this person to Fearless Obams. We'll
right.
work on
Okay.
it.
All
Just
right.
give us time. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Fearless will be very fast though. If you want to send this thing, me that I have almost 500 messages there, that I'm just struggling to finish up. But Fearless, if you can send to both of us, so if I'm able to see it,
All right.
Fearless, we pick it up if I didn't get it. But
Right.
basically, thank you very much for really coming
Thanks.
up to say that. But is a campaign we are currently undergoing. Just that we are currently on Rosie, and this one is a big fish in the market, and because the person is even a white, so pretty much we have to get to the root of it. Along the line, we'll see how that goes. Thank you very much, and thank you to our Ghanaian brothers that are working behind closed doors to sort out the Ghanaians that are scammers, and we really appreciate you pretty much. We appreciate. So I will say on this note, we'll call it a day today.
Bams, can you
Yeah,
ask Brandy what?
Brandy.
Because we tried to allow her speak just now, but she said there's also more.
But
Brandy,
Brandy,
is it about Rosie?
I think it's about Rosie.
Because she said
Brandy,
Rosie was calling her. So I'm not sure.
Rosie was calling her, and it didn't. Is it she or he? No, I don't know. She. Brandy is she right?
Brandy looks like is she? Yeah, she.
Looks
Do
like a
you?
she.
Yeah. Do you want to send an invite quick? But I just think we might be able to. I mean, she okay. Do you want to send an invite quickly, or you want to come back tomorrow, where we'll be able to have like a full house again for you to have your say? I don't know. I think she said she's not a victim or so. She's almost a victim, right? Brandy. Okay, let's see. Ah, God bless another person. Àti pa shop mọ́, wọ́n ti palẹ̀ mọ́. So she said, okay. So she's not a victim. So she's almost a victim. So we can always take her some other time, tomorrow or something. We have some other victims that are in our file that will be coming tomorrow. So I know this Ati is bringing about 2 or so tomorrow. I paid. Nana also sent 3 or 2 other victims to me. So those ones too should be coming tomorrow. So pretty much, thank you very much, everyone. I think we should call it a wrap. I just wanted to, end the live stream as soon as possible today. No long live stream today, and let's see how things goes. For those of you that have opportunity, to still be on Rosie's live stream, good luck to you people. I, for one, have been blocked everywhere, like everywhere. They don't share me blocking. So I will be on my day. I will day my day, and then we see some other times. Thank you very much. Bye. Big Global. Wait, who is Big Global? We saw Big Global. Smalls. Big Global.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah, he
Big
just went
Global.
there again.
He just
Uh-uh.
went down.
Big Global. I saw your invite. Now, do you work with Rosie? Are you a victim or something?
All right. Good morning from Nigeria.
Okay.
All right.
Morning.
Okay. I'm not a victim, but I think there was a time she tried to reach out to me and was trying to lure me in with I think Mr. Eric from Ghana, but I didn't accept the policy because she said I'm going to put sorry, excuse me. She said I'll be putting a logo in my office. So for Nigerians to come to me, so that she just the way she put everything together, I wasn't pleased with it. Then I declined the agreement. So I never know she's someone like this. Thank God I didn't accept to that. If not, my brand would have been in serious problem now.
Do we want to have? Thank you very much, Big Global. Do we want to have this conversation? I don't think we will want to have this conversation now. Big Global, are you able to send me a DM? We can have you up tomorrow, and then we have like a um, um deep dive conversation with you because you said, what year are you talking about?
I think it's this year.
This year?
Yeah, sure.
So she reached out to you this year. And what was the agreement? What did she say you can do for her? You do for her. What do you do?
Okay, I own a travel and tour agency in Nigeria. So I was actually looking for partners that we can, do business, legit partners that we can do business together. So she reached out to me back. There was a time I mistakenly, not a mistake. I reached out to you. I've reached out to you before. That you told me that you don't do this, and I said, okay, if you could remember, I've sent you a message before. So I think I also reached out to her, and she told me that she can work with me, but the conditions that she gave me then, she said I'm going to pay for branding, and I'm going to be working with her. Then she mentioned a lot of charges and sent the agreement. When I went through the agreement, I see that this is going to put me into a lot of mess because it was just I wasn't convenient with all of the write up there because she said I'm going to any of my adverts, I'm going to put a logo that all of our clients in Nigeria would come to me, and I would take money from them and send to her. So I said no, I can't do that. So she sent me an agreement, but I noticed she has been she wanted me to sign that agreement and send back, and also send her the the money for branding. She called it branding, but I declined because I know this is going to put our agency into big problem.
Real fair, you can go ahead.
Um, Big Global, please can you send a copy of the agreement to Fearless? That's one.
Okay,
Number two. So are you able to send the agreement, a copy of the agreement, please?
okay. I'm going to check through, and because I'm preparing for church now, probably when I return from church, I can send to you.
You can
Okay,
take your
From
time.
it will
Actually,
send to
take your time.
Fearless. No pressure, no pressure. So once you have consented to send it. Also, um, what are the other conversations that Rosie had with you? And at what point did you terminate your interaction with her?
when I sent a message to her, but I noticed that whenever she wants to call me, she do add someone from Ghana. She said that person, I think the person's name is Eric. Then she said, I noticed that she wanted to lure me because I discussed this with my team, but I noticed she has been, wanting me to sign that agreement and send. Before I wake up, I already have a message already online. What's up with the agreement? I should sign the agreement and send to her. So I think we didn't really dive into conversation like that, but I just noticed that she wanted to lure me into that, but I declined.
Did you do any business with her at all?
No, no, no. I didn't do any business with her.
Okay, are you able to come back tomorrow for us to have deeper conversation, please?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah,
Thank you very
that
much.
tomorrow will be nice, and then you can drop your phone number with maybe Fearless, and so that we can send you. You will know when we are live stream tomorrow, right? So that will be like morning Nigerian time.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Yeah. So thank you very much for actually speaking up. So we just need, everybody on this, and that is why. So, and thank God that you didn't even have really, many, business dealing with at this time. But it is what it is. Tomorrow we see you. Thank you very much, everyone. So by tomorrow, we'll have you be global and some other people that are also coming up. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye for now.